when Joe Biden would get stuck, and Wallace would kind of feed him at the next level.
There we go.
There were multiple questions that he asked that were just bad questions, and those.
So, no. Chris Wallace asked very poignant questions. They were very direct, and they were generally meant for short answers.
Those ones are more inexcusable, even, because those questions were prepared in advance. Right?
What questions?
So, Donald Trump.
Of course they were prepared in advance. What the fuck kind of point is that, Ben? Oh, the moderator prepared questions in advance of a debate. What the fuck? You stupid motherfucker. Oh my god.
Felt that Wallace was coming after him. I thought early on that this was not quite fair because Donald Trump was, in fact, talking directly over Biden for about the first 15 minutes of the debate.
The entire
Trump
time.
turned to Wallace and he said, I guess I'm debating you. And pretty much it did turn into that. By the end of the debate, Trump was not wrong about this.
It's because he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Have never come up with a comprehensive plan to replace Obamacare. And
this is just true.
This last Thursday, you signed a largely symbolic executive order to protect people with pre-existing conditions 5 days before this debate. So my question, sir, is what is the Trump health care plan?
Right. Well, first of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him, but that's okay. I'm not surprised. Let me just tell you something, that there's nothing symbolic.
Okay, the reason he said that is because Wallace had jumped in to save Biden in one of these exchanges. Okay, Wallace.
No, Ben. No. That is not what happened. He is hitting Trump on his record. He had a supermajority. He didn't repeal Obamacare and replace it with anything. He offered nothing. Fucking nothing.
Wallace's questions last night were terrible. So here are some examples. Here was Chris Wallace asking Donald Trump about banning critical race theory in the government. Now, critical race theory, as we have discussed, is a racist ideology.
No, it's not.
Critical race theory says that every institution in the United States is undergirded by racial supremacy.
Yeah,
critical race theory suggests that just by dint of your skin, you're a beneficiary of white supremacy, and if you're not anti-racist, in other words, you don't want to tear down the entire system, you are racist.
No.
Critical.
No. Bad Ben. Bad straw man. You bad, bad boy. Quit it. Oh my god. No. That is not what critical race theory is, necessarily. You... Excuse me. In the most layman's way I know how to put it, I don't know much about it myself. Didn't take sociology. Only took a semester of college. I'm not super intelligent, but I know that's wrong. But the way that I heard it described is essentially taking a Marxist dialectical perspective and applying it through the lens of race.
Race theory training involves people literally telling white people in rooms, sponsored by the government, that they are racist simply because they are white.
No. They tell you that you have benefited from systems of white supremacy because you're white. Do you know how that works, Ben? How maybe a system that puts white people over everyone the fuck else might benefit white people down the line, despite trying, albeit very weakly, by our government, to equalize things? A, those effects take time, and B, we didn't do enough. You idiot. So of course, white people benefit from systems of white supremacy.
That's what this diversity training bullcrap from Ibram X. Kendi and Robin DiAngelo is. Chris Wallace just says something blatantly untrue in this question. He says, why are you banning racial sensitivity training, Mr. President? He's not banning quote-unquote racial sensitivity training. He's banning critical race theory, which is a neo-Marxist garbage ideology that should not be taught on any college campus, any high school campus, any government agency, or any...
Oh, banning educational practices that are actually true and have really good implications, like things that we could do, applications, that's the word. We can apply it in good ways to, fix the issues we face. You demonic little shit. Look at that face. He looks like he's possessed.
Any contracting agency with the federal government. Here is Chris Wallace completely blowing the question here.
What is radical about racial sensitivity training?
If you were a certain person, you had no status in life. It was sort of a reversal. And if you look at the people, we were paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars to teach very bad ideas and frankly very sick ideas. And really, they were teaching people to hate our country. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that to happen.
No, they weren't teaching people to hate the country. Teaching people how this country treated people who weren't white in an attempt to show everyone, including white people, the problems that other groups face. And maybe we can all come up with solutions. While white people take more of a back seat in that discussion and allow other voices to be heard on what they feel will help.
Okay, so again, the fact that Wallace, what's
remove the racial tensions in the country?
It isn't. The premise of the question is wrong. Okay, and then, of course, you had Wallace asking Trump to condemn white supremacy. He did not directly ask Joe Biden to condemn Antifa or Black Lives Matter. Right? He didn't ask him about any of that. We had Chris Wallace harassing Trump about global warming. I mean, it was like 6, 7 straight.
I wonder why you would ask several questions to the current president and also the vice president about the biggest threat to humanity.
Straight questions. What do you believe about global warming, sir? What do you believe about global? He gave his answer. If it had been Joe Biden, Wallace would have let it go. Here was Wallace harassing Trump about global warming.
What do you believe about the science of climate change, and what will you do in the next 4 years to confront it?
And what will you do? Hey, Ben. Did he ask only what Trump thought about the science? What did he think about it? Or did he also ask him proposed solutions?
What do you believe about the science of climate change, sir? Do you believe that human pollution, gas, greenhouse...
Oh, this is because he wouldn't answer that question, so he's reiterating it, trying to get a direct answer out of this dumb motherfucker.
House gas emissions contributes to the global warming.
I watched this.
If you believe in the science of climate change, why have you rolled back the Obama Clean Corp?
And then this is actually a thing where he finally answered, yes, I believe in the science of man-made climate change. And this is a completely different question. He mentioned it. If you do believe that, then why?
Plan which limited carbon emissions in power plants. Why have you relaxed fuel economy standards that are going to create more pollution from cars and trucks? Well, not really.
Now that one, Trump had what some people might see as a logical answer. Because, lower the cost of cars, more people buy a newer car instead of their older car. Except people don't have fucking money, you dumbass. If everybody was making, $120,000 a year, then yeah, somebody might replace their 12-year-old car because they're like, oh, you know what, I have the money to do it. But cars are expensive and people are broke. We need to do as much as we can to increase fuel efficiency standards until the point that we can have cars that are not running on gas and oil.
Okay, again, did Wallace badger Biden on anything like that last night? He asked him like twice about packing the court, and then Biden was like, I'm not answering it. And then he let it go. Yeah, I think everything was summed up by the end of the debate.
Yeah,
Joe Biden and Chris Wallace were laughing together, which basically sums up where Chris Wallace ended up by the end of the debate. I don't think he intended to be there at the beginning. This is certainly where he ended up.
Because Trump was a clown.
Vice President answered his final question.
The final question is, I can't remember which of all his rantings.
I'm having a little trouble myself.
Okay, now you've just turned into a debate participant and an ally of Joe Biden. So, Chris Wallace's performance was terrible for a moderator. I mean, really,
it was actually...
Two, Donald Trump's
it was
distracted
okay,
from anything
but
relevant that he wanted to say, so he didn't end up doing severe damage to Joe Biden. But and his sort of botchery on that white supremacy question ended up damaging him maybe a little bit. I don't think it'll have any real effect because, again, this has been the long-time Democratic narrative that's a lie that he won't condemn white supremacy. He's literally called it evil from the rostrum many, many times. Okay, and Joe Biden
has said exactly that. Well either. Here's the thing. He says that, but then he says things like, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by, but somebody needs to do something about Antifa. Guys, stand by, but somebody needs to do something about Antifa. Oh yeah, I don't like neo-Nazis and white supremacists. But, there were very fine people on both sides. The side where there were people talking about Jews not replacing them and chanting, certain other phrases. Bullshit. Nazis. They had, Nazi flags. And if you go and check out a YouTuber, Sean, got a skull avatar, SHAUN, as a matter of fact. I'm done listening to this idiot. He's bad. He's just dumb and bad. Here, let's full screen this application, and let me see if... Okay, so if I full screen it, it's fine. Boom. This guy right here. 365,000 subscribers. He does great things. Death Penalty featuring PragerU. Pretty good one. The Bell Curve. Awesome. This one, The Great Replacement Isn't Real. Phenomenal video. Prager. Okay, no. He's awful. Where is it? This video. You shouldn't. Actually, you should. Watch this video. It is one of the most awful things you'll see, and it exposes what people like, at least a lot of people who support Trump, people he doesn't necessarily condemn. That's what they do. How they think. Check out this song too. But Sean, great dude. Here, let's just give you a little taste of this video.
Before we get to our main topic today, I want to talk very briefly about marathon running. So way back in 1985, science journal Nature published an article predicting that by the year 2000, women would be consistently running faster marathon times than men. Now, what led them to make this prediction? Well, it was the data they had. They saw that men's marathon times had hit a plateau, and the record time was increasing only very slowly and by very small amounts. The women's record time, on the other hand, was increasing much faster. So by extrapolating out the very slow growth of the men's record time and the relatively fast growth of the women's record time, they predicted that women would catch up to and pass men within a decade or two. Now then, they made a mistake. didn't they? One which got them not a small amount of impolite mocking. And what was that? Well, by just extrapolating the current data trends into the future, you'd fairly quickly have women running the marathon faster than the speed of sound, which is probably highly unlikely.
There you go. That's how he sucks you in and shows you the way to completely debunk this whole thing fairly simply. This guy, great H-Bomber guy, a lot of you probably know him too. He's got, 2.3 million views on this video. And 3 Arrows, amazing dude there too. Philosophy Tube, check him out. Anyways. Let me do a check and see if I can this do. No? Can I not? Okay, ooh, I guess I can't record a video right now. Not while streaming. No, okay. Damn. Okay. Well, I've been at this for about 15 minutes. Yeah. Let's cut the stream. I'm gonna record a video and have that on my YouTube at, same thing, Sandwhichpants. Daniel Sandwhichpants. Take it easy.